Robotics provide one of the opportunities to reform how we actually produce food in the agriculture sector.
It's one of the greatest challenges for roboticists at the moment because it has such great potential to make a big impact.
The AgriForward CDT really is a collaborative endeavour. We have a particular focus on agri-food, on the entire chain from farm to fork.
So agri-food robotics is any automation of agricultural technology using robots.
But it is a fantastic sector to explore really hardcore robotics problems because you have to deal with real-world challenges, dealing with dynamic, with changing environments. That is a general challenge in robotics in principle. But this is a working farm. So that's really the great opportunity that we've got, that students can directly take their technology out from the offices that they work on here and deploy them in the field and test them out.
My research is in robot perception and mapping of unpredictable spaces. Farms are very difficult environments for robots to navigate. So we really would like to have a 3D model of the farm that we can update over time.
My research focuses on optimizing the performance of assistive agricultural robots and using this data to then allocate robots as and when required.
My research is exploring the interaction between tactile and visual sensations. Humans, when they interact with their environment, they're seeing something and predicting how it's going to feel, and they're predicting how something's going to look when they're touching it. And we think that sort of thing could help robotics when it's physically interacting with its environment.
So we want students from quite a diverse background. They need to be really keen to make a difference. We want them to have a massive drive towards technology and of course also a real passion for agriculture. We need a diverse range because also the field that we're working in is quite diverse and we can use all sorts of talents in there.
There's so much cross-pollination ideas. We've got people working on nuclear robotics, agricultural robotics, healthcare, medical robotics, and that cross-pollination ideas is actually the biggest benefit for me.
Here we have the opportunity to work with a cohort of students. We have lots of exchange going on. We have all these brilliant facilities here. We have the whole Rhizome campus and lots of robots to play with.
It's given me the freedom to focus on things that I care about. It's happened at the perfect time for me.
Robots can be part of the solution towards what we call net zero agriculture. And overall, they're part of what we can call the digital revolution in farming.
The global food chain is under such pressure right now. We have an ever-growing world population, labour shortages, and then also great pressure to reduce the environmental impact of our food production.
I think 80% of all land in the UK is farmed at the moment. If we can cut that down even just to 60%, that means so much more forest, that means so much more wildlife, so much more biodiversity.
I think technology is all about adapting and innovating, and no industry can survive if it doesn't update itself. And the only way industries can update themselves is with investing in state-of-the-art research.
If we can get our autonomous robots to operate on farms, we can get them into any unpredictable environment. That could be maybe a disaster site when you're looking for people, or basically any unexplored environment. It might be interplanetary exploration, anything like that.
We can use robots to actually make progress and bring change about in this domain.
Upper Nisbet Farm is situated halfway between Kelso and Jedburgh in the Scottish borders. We are a tenant on Lothian Estate and we are farming 633 hectares in total. We took over Upper Nisbet in May 2000. It was 800 acres at that point. Since 2000 we've expanded this unit and we've doubled its size. We've really upped our game, built a 3,000 tonne grain store, modernised all the cattle sheds and taken over 2 neighbouring farms as well. So that's given us more opportunities to be more profitable.
Robert is a member of a wider satellite farm network, which is a network of commercial farms around the country. These are spread over a wide geographic area. They're covering most of Britain, and they are over all major commodities. They're set up to measure the variances in processes on the farm And by measuring the variances of those processes, we can find where inefficiencies are getting into the farming system.
We can now feed them with a modern piece of machinery, Keenan Diet Feeder for example. The Keenan Diet Feeder speaks to the cloud, so I can tweak all the diets. We can be precise. It is down to precision, not wasting money. The days of carrying bags along feed troughs and having 10 men running about feeding 100 or 200 cattle are gone.
The Agri-Epicentre is one of 4 UK innovation centres set up for the UK government Agri-Tech strategy and funded through Innovate UK. The EPI in the name stands for Engineering, Precision and Innovation, and we're focusing mainly on precision agriculture and agricultural engineering. Agri-Epi provide cutting-edge equipment which is installed on the satellite farms, and in return we get the cooperation of the farmer and the data from the farm, which can then be used for the development of new technologies.
We have installed beef monitor stations in each shed. Whenever an animal goes in to drink water, it is recorded automatically with the weights, so we're probably getting about 8 weights per day. I can go into a shed, decide which animals I am going to send to slaughter the following week, and look at its daily live weight gain, look at its weight, see if there are enough fat cover on them, and then remove them from that batch.
The expertise of the Agri-Epicentre is being able to facilitate the growth of the UK agriculture sector. We can provide project management support. We can help with the proposals for those projects. We have a bank of capital assets, which are research grade equipment. We have the satellite farm network, and we have our innovation hubs, which are state-of-the-art innovation centres with workspace for innovative companies.
Another system on the farm that we are trialling for the beef industry is the Affimilk data collars, which are on finishing animals. Each collar has got 2 transponders on. One transponder is connected wirelessly to the computer, and one transponder has got a data card in it, recording every time the animal moves.
The Affimilk collars are used to measure feed behaviour and rumination on an individual animal basis. They're actually getting used in an Innovate funded project at the moment called the Precision Beef Project. The consortium involves Morrisons, Alltech, Keenan, SRUC, Strathclyde and Harborough. And the aims of that are to measure the input, so the feed and the feed behaviour, and then the output, so the meat and the yield and the weight. But the benefit of using Upper Nisbet, all the commercial systems are already in place, so we have the Affimilk collars, we have the Keenan mixer wagon, and we have the Ritchie beef monitor crates. Harborough works with satellite farms because it allows us access to all this technology, so we can trial products. We can get all this amazing data from that test product. It allows us to see if it's working. The farmer can see if it's working. The farmer's already invested in the satellite farms, so he provides great advice and great feedback.
The world population is set to rise to 9 billion by 2050. From now until then, we're going to have to produce the same amount of food as we have in the last 10,000 years combined.
But the farmland that we are producing the food off is decreasing. We need to produce more from less.
So we're going to have to increase the productivity of that land. And one way to do this is with the use of technology.
The effects of climate change and are at the forefront of reversing it. Today's farmers grow more with less, and new technology makes it possible. It's called smart farming.
Farmers make more than 50 critical decisions each season. One wrong decision affects the next, and then it's a domino effect that impacts not only their bottom line, but the entire food supply chain. That's where Farmer's Edge comes in, with the most robust real-time data sets in agriculture. We digitize the entire farm with connected field sensors, layer geospatial analysis, use cutting-edge soil sampling techniques, and process all that field-centric data in a carbon-neutral environment. All data is integrated in one platform, Farm Command, to support every decision on that farm.
We apply artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and agronomic expertise to generate granular level insights right down to the acre. This helps farmers grow the highest quality low carbon grain. And the best part, it's all automated and seamlessly integrated. It's the utmost accuracy and precision that makes it so powerful.
Each farm we work with is unique. We assess their current management practices and then choose the right carbon strategy for their operation. We help manage greenhouse gases in two ways. The first is to help farmers capture more carbon in the soil through regenerative land management practices like direct seeding. The second is to combine our robust data sets with a 4Rs approach to optimize how the crop is fertilized. This reduces nutrient losses and lowers nitrous oxide emissions.
Everything is monitored in real time throughout the growing season to provide an accurate field-level sustainability score. These are verified environmental digital assets that can be traced back to the actual acre it's been generated from. Our technology helps farmers produce more food with less time and effort while drastically lowering the operation's carbon footprint, proving that sustainability, productivity, and profitability come together.
It's a win-win situation. Farmers become more profitable through cutting costs, improving efficiency, increasing yield, and generating high-quality carbon offsets. Companies committed to reducing their environmental footprint now have access to the greenest carbon offsets out there. Food companies can source high-quality, low-carbon grain, and our communities have access to cleaner water, fresher air, and a secure and safe food supply. Carbon reduction is just real